Hey everybody, it's Nate from the LAB Audio YouTube channel. Just wanted to send out a quick thank you to Mr. Mark Cooper for sending us this awesome autograph photo of him. Mark was a Denver Bronco in the 80s and I think even in the early 90s. Just one of the great players in the NFL, just an amazing guy. I met him when I was just a little kid and he gave me some really encouraging words and signed an autograph for me. I held on to that autograph until it just dissolved. And so to get, Mark's autograph now is just really awesome. We really appreciate it, Mark. Thank you so much. Mark is a real estate agent in Denver. So if you have any kind of real estate needs in the Denver metro area, give him a call. Mark is also throwing his 16th annual Rocky Mountain Fly Fishing Classic. This is a tournament that goes on from December 19th to the 21st. This year, 2019, in Aspen and Basalt, Colorado. So lots of fun there. This is a benefit for cystic fibrosis research. So just a class act both on and off the field, Mr. Mark Cooper. We really appreciate it. So Mark, you're doing great work. We really appreciate it. And we will put a link in the description below so that you can contact Mark to either sign up for the 16th annual Rocky Mountain Fly Fishing tournament, or if you have any type of real estate needs in the Denver metro area, Mark is your man. So today is part 2, the second section of how to prepare your tracks for mixing. And we have Nate DeRusha here again to give us the lowdown on all of that. So let's see, what else? What kind of other business? Oh yeah, like the video, subscribe, and ring the little bell for notifications. Thank you so much for watching the LAB Audio channel. And as always, take care.
All right, welcome back. So I've gone ahead and I've created all the stems. So 25 to 67 is 28. So it looks like we're running 28 stems total for this project. So here they all are. So, we've got a unique naming convention going on right here. So we know exactly where to find them. One of the things that you can do is you can compress this entire folder, and that sometimes will make it easier to send. So just a quick idea of how you can get this, use your Dropbox, use the other, large SharePoint sites. But basically, this is going to be a pretty large packet of data, not as big as trying to send the actual, engineering file. But we're just sending all of these out as WAV files, and these files can be imported into any DAW. But we're going to stick with Logic just for this tutorial. But yeah, it works in any other project that you might have. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to create a new empty project. All right, now for this, we're not going to need an interface. We're not going to need any of that. The only thing is we want is our output device. So let's go ahead and create. Now, there's a couple ways to do this. One is just to do kind of like a batch, throw everything in there. Another way is to do them individual files one at a time. So what I'm going to do for this is we're going to do a batch. So we're going to navigate to our file. We're going to select all of them. Let's see what happens. Like I said, there's a bunch of different ways to do this, but we're going to try it out. We're going to create new tracks. And all these selected files are from one project. Our nice little circle of death going on here. It's thinking. And what do you know? There they all are. So this one we're going to go ahead and we're going to get rid of. All right. So one thing that you definitely want to get into the habit of is avoiding changing the name of the file. Feel free to change the name of the track as you see fit, but whatever you do, do not change the name of the file. So in a proper workflow with a good studio, something that you definitely want to know is, or have received from the client, is you're going to want some type of like an Excel spreadsheet that tells you all the files that they sent you. This is very, very important. This allows you to keep track of what you have. So, as you can see, they all came out as mono tracks, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to switch our inputs to mono here. So during the bounce process, feel free to experiment. Everybody works a little bit different, but that's one of the things I like about Logic is we could take individual tracks and just this quickly we could turn them into mono. You'll notice, watch down here, see it's big, and then when I click it, it gets small. So by changing that output to mono, it saves you a step here. But we'll get through these pretty quickly. Because basically what we're going to do next is we're going to take all of these tracks and we are going to put them in the proper score order. So when we talk about score order, what we're talking about is, hey, what order should these tracks actually be in? So we always want to start with our kicks. Kick drum is first. So basically anything drums or percussion related. So basically we want drums first, then we want percussion. And next is going to be our hi-hat. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and switch it back. Let's do our toms next. Now these we can do kind of a batch grab, right? So put our toms before the hi-hats. Then we got our hi-hat. Now we're going to go ahead and grab our overhead left and right. And remember, we do everything left to right as well. Have any others? Nope, looks like we got them all. All right, so next is bass. Then we're going to start going with all of our guitars. And guitar solo. Now we also have our vibraphone here. It's going to go after the guitars. And then we want to start with our verses. We start with our verse lead, our verse lead double, and our verse harmony. Then we're going to our pre-chorus lead, then pre-chorus harmony. Then we do our chorus lead, then chorus harmony. Then we got our raw meat. Nice little sound effect. Then we have our scream, and then we've got our little intro piece. All right, so without starting to get too crazy with our mix, let's just kind of listen to it and see what we have. And look at that. Everything is time aligned. Just how we want it.
No more lies. Tell me the truth. Yeah, that seems up to you.
Perfect. So now we have a nice, clean, imported project. You know, feel free to start renaming things and getting going on your mix. It helps to kind of familiarize yourself with the song if you've never heard it before. Everything, because we bounced it without changing any of the volumes from the engineering session. Everything is kind of already roughly where it needs to be, but, you know, feel free to experiment with different volumes. You know, you're going to want to mix how you hear the song. That's kind of one of the benefits of being a mix engineer. So basically, that's how we're going to actually start prepping our tracks and get them sent over so they can be imported in and the mix engineer can get to work.
Those fingers in my hand, that's like a heavy stab. That stirs my conscience bare. It's witchcraft, and I got no defense for it. The heat is too intense for it. What good?